and welcome to the TheROCKATX online worship experience. You're getting ready to experience God on another level. Whatever you're seeking from God for your life is available for you as you praise, hear the word, and transform your situation. While you're worshiping with us, feel free to interact with our online ministers in the chat and share this broadcast with your friends and family so they can join you online. Also, make sure you subscribe and follow TheROCKATX on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram to stay connected to all The Rock is doing. Now, shake off the worries of the week and get ready to give God some praise. Service will begin soon.
So that means this, that I've got to think differently now because the benefits of my last season are gone. Listen, your husband is dead. So whatever he used to do and however he used to do it, it don't work no more. I'm going to say something to my baby boomers. Understand this, that science has helped you. Science has blessed you. Science has blessed you so that you're going to live longer. So that little nest egg that you have grown up thinking that you got to sit on and eke out over the next 30 years of your life, you don't know that medical science is giving you 10 more years. And so the idea of I'm going to retire and sit around and live off of this and we're going to be good. And the problem is, you're looking at your nest egg, like Dr. Moody was looking at that TV, feeling around how to make it work. You look at your old skills and you're telling your child just try hard, but that ain't working right now. I'm making sense. You're telling your kids, you're telling yourself, if I just keep doing what I'm doing, somebody gonna help me out. That season is over. No more equity, no more inclusion, no more advancement. They like you gonna get in where you fit in. Well, I was quiet in here. Who was getting quiet in here? Look, everybody's getting down. Don't get down with me because here's the deal. See, you got to understand, like me, that when a season passes, we don't spend time lamenting the season. We've got to say, now I'm challenged to think differently about it. Am I making sense? Making sense. Now I'm challenged to approach life a little differently now. That's all it means. That means that however God's going to bless me, listen, he's going to bless me with some new resources and everything else. And I've got to change my mind. Listen, let me help you with this. Dr. Moody, what happened? When they went to Canaan, can I talk for just a second? When they went to Canaan, I want you to understand something, saints. Before I went to Canaan, that I lived by getting up in the morning and picking up from the ground. That's how I got my manna. I got up every morning, every evening, and I went and I searched and I picked it from the ground. But when I went to Canaan, the manna ceased. So now I had to learn to get up every morning. The Bible says that in Canaan, that they not only did they have fruit and everything else, but it said they had copper and lead and iron. But where was the copper and lead and iron? It was in the ground. So now I gotta learn now how to dig for resources, and then how to take resources and then turn them into a product that can produce for me that I can sell. It's a different mentality. Somebody say my season has changed. That means this: if you are accustomed to and you're living off of the hope of walking and somebody handing you something and you picking it up, that season is over. Now you gotta go. Now you gotta go and say, now I gotta dig under the ground. I gotta find this. What is this? It's shiny. What can I do with it? Let me heat it up and see what I can do with it. Wow! If I heat it up and I can turn it into this. I can turn it into this. So I no longer look for manna. I look for resources. Am I making sense? Oh, I can't. This side don't want to get with me. I've got to look for resources. I've got to tell myself, wait a minute now. That little shiny rock, that's a resource. Am I making sense? Am I making sense? Making sense. So the woman said, listen, my husband's dead. Now he feared God. So the text gives us no indication of any type of sin. He just died. And the creditor is coming to take my son. Listen, and it does not indicate, help me, Holy Ghost, it does not indicate that the creditor is evil. It's just business. Somebody say it's just business. It's just business. See, listen, that means that in this new season, we got to understand it's just business. That making sense. Well, I thought you were my friend, you're going to work with me. No, it's business. That's how much this costs. No, it's business. No, I ain't going to do that for free. It's business. Am I making sense? Makes all sense. I can't get no help up in here. See, listen, the creditor's not evil. Somebody say the creditor's not evil. And the bills are real. So the issue is, if the creditor's not even and the bills are real, how do I, as a kingdom citizen, now live in this new season? Do I walk around and say, it's just hard, they eliminated this and the law's changing, and I don't know. Listen, the benefits of our last season are over. So how do I live, Dr. Moody, now when the season changed on me? This is the question we got to deal with. How do I live? Listen, I want you to understand something. For the man or woman who's grieving, this woman was grieving. For the man or woman who suffered a loss, this woman has suffered a loss. For the man or woman who's lost something significant, this woman has lost something significant. But you got to understand this, that the prophet does not say, because you're grieving, and because you lost something significant, and because you're hurting. Am I making sense? You still got to live. Am I making sense? Somebody say, I still got to live. So that means you got to change your mind and say, shoot, I got to live. I can't stay in grieving mode for the next 30 years. I've got to do something, because if I stay in grieving, then me, listen, I'm not only going to lose myself, I'm going to lose the next generation. Listen, we hate the loss, but we don't want to lose everybody else because of the loss. Am I making sense? So, and you got to tell yourself that, man, that loss hurts. Because it doesn't say she's wrong for grieving, but she says, but I got these two other sons I got to handle now. I'm making sense. Now, here's the deal. So, Dr. Moody, how do I live beyond my season? The verse 2 says this. So Elijah said to her, what shall I do for you? Now, notice, she's like, Elijah, you got to help me. And Elijah said, what do I do for you? Now, some of us would see that as, man, that's harsh. The lady is grieving. The guy was your servant. He was your servant. She going through something, and she comes to you, and you're like, what it got to do with me? Am I making sense? What do you want the church to do? What do you want me to do? And he asked, now listen, and before she asked a question, answers the first question, he says this, okay, tell me, what you got? See, the first thing you got to do is you got to examine what's in your house. He says, tell me, what do you have in your house? Now, this means this. You've got to examine now what you have. What resources do you have? What do you have? What do you have? See, your problem is this. You have been used to people hooking you up and handing you out, so you undervalue the resources that you have. You undervalue the gifts that you have. You undervalue the mind that you have and the experience. How do you take what you already got in your house? You might not need another certification. You might not need a degree. You just might need to take what you got in your house. When's the last time you looked and said, what do I have available to me? I ain't never thought about it, but listen, I'm complaining about stuff, and has God given me already the resources to do something that I'm not maximizing? What you don't use, the worms eat. I'm going to say it again. What you don't use, God said, I gave you manna. But then whatever you didn't eat up, the worms ate. I'm making sense. Listen, don't be mad at the worm, because the worm just doing that job. The worm is like, it's just business. Am I making sense? It's just business. Listen, don't be mad at the stock market when you're losing your money if you're not making none. I don't understand what's happening this season. Well, clearly, you must understand something. You said number going down. You got to be Bobo the fool to watch the number go down. And sitting there every day looking at it. I'm just losing money every day. Every day I'm just losing money. So what you going to do? He said, listen, the man of God didn't say, let's start. The man of God didn't say, well, have you considered a payment program? The man of God didn't say, well, have you considered maybe getting married again and finding you another man, because maybe another man can help you. The man of God, listen, the man of God didn't say, baby, you need somebody to take care of you. Am I making sense? That means, woman of God, sometimes, listen, your answer is not a man. He asked, what's in your house, not what's in your pants. You've got to say, wait a minute, I got some other resources. I got a brain. I got some other things. Listen, I got some other things to work with. So that means, man of God, means woman of God, what do you have? Stop complaining about what the world is doing to you. Stop complaining about how nobody is working with you. Stop complaining about how nobody is going to help you and everything else. That season is over. What do you have in your house? Take control of your own life. Take control of your own resources. Take control of your own destiny and say, wait a minute, I've got some things I got to work with right now. Am I making sense? I declare there are some things that you got to work with. Your problem is, rather than look for resources, you look for a job. And then all you're doing is looking for another job. Another job. I need another job. Need another job. Okay. So what about your resources? I need to figure out somebody to pay me. What? So you're asking the slavery system to bless you more. I need to know I don't know what I'm going to do. What do you mean? He did not say, go to the field. He did not say, find a man. He did not say, talk to the creditor. He asked one question. What do you have in your house? When's the last time you looked around and said, what do I have that's already under me, under my roof, that's under my jurisdiction? What do I have? Why have I not taken an inventory of what's around me? Why am I sitting around here complaining about my lack of money? When there are all kind of entrepreneurial endeavors that I can tap into all day long. And I'm sitting around here and I'm crying every night. And I'm asking God, why haven't you answered my prayer? And he says, I did. Your problem is you're looking for a government check. You're looking for a debit. You're looking for this. When God is saying, what's in your house? She says, your maidservant has nothing in the house but a jar of oil. So your problem is that you undervalue your resources. Now, listen, I don't have nothing else but a jar. I'm making sense. What's behind the butt? I'm going to say it again. What is behind your butt? What is behind your butt? I have nothing in my house but a jar. So wait a minute. So there's something behind your butt. But I'm making sense. But your problem is you undervalue it. I ain't got nothing but a jar of oil. Now get this, Maisha, understand this, that she is devaluing. Get this, Tony. She's devaluing. Get this, Verna. She is devaluing the source of a blessing, because the jar of oil was the source of the blessing the whole time. That means you crying about something when the source of the blessing was sitting right there. And you was moving it around and stepping over it and walking by it every day and everything else. You lay it out and crying and praying to the Lord around the jar, and the jar of oil, like, so when's the last time you took a talent inventory of yourself? I'm going to say it again. When's the last time you took a talent inventory of yourself? When's the last time you said, wait a minute, I can do this, I can do that, I can do this. When's the last time you went, listen, and you look and you said, wait a minute, this people get paid all day to do this, people get blessed all day to do that, people get paid all day to do this, and my problem is I'm walking by my oil, I'm walking by my blessing, and I'm talking about, God, why me? And God's like, I don't know why I gave you that oil. Clearly, I should have given it to somebody else because you ain't doing nothing with. What treasure do you have in you already? That means that there is something already on the inside of you. You ain't got, why are you looking somewhere else and you haven't examined the treasure that you have in you? So you're looking at something to bless you from the outside, and God is saying, could you please expand what's on the inside? So that's why I'm trying to crush you. That's why I'm trying to break you. That's why I'm trying to break you. Why? Because if I break you, then we can finally figure out what's on the inside of you. But you're so busy trying not to be broken that you won't let us ever get to what's on the inside. Help me, man of God. What you calling me for? What you got? I ain't got nothing but this joy oil. So ask your neighbor, what's behind your butt?
Thank you for worshiping with us today. If you liked this message, you can find the rest at cmllcstore.com. We invite you to join us again for our extraordinary worship services every Sunday at 10:30 a.m., Sundays at 4 p.m., and Wednesdays at 7:30 p.m. Central, where Dr. Moody teaches how to understand the Bible, and you can get all your biblical questions answered. We look forward to connecting with you. We ask that you subscribe to The Rock ATX on YouTube and follow The Rock ATX on Facebook and Instagram to stay connected to all The Rock is doing. You can also get connected on our website at therockatx.org. Again, thank you for worshiping with us, and be blessed.